So, dear students, today we will start reading the second part of the lesson. You will find it on page number 10. So, as we have read that the writer found an envelope and a letter where the date was mentioned. So, now we are going to read about the letter. So, dearest Connie, I write to you in a much happier frame of mind because something wonderful has just happened that I must tell you about at once. We were all standing in our trenches yesterday morning, Christmas morning. It was crisp and quiet all about, as beautiful a morning as I have ever seen, as cold and frosty as a Christmas morning should be. So here you can see the phrase frame of mind. What does it mean? It means a particular mood that influences one's attitude or behavior, right? So on the next page, page number 11, the phrase is here standing to, which means taking up positions. Trenches, which means long, deep ditches in the ground where soldiers hide from the enemy, right? And next is crisp. Here, the word crisp, right? The meaning is cool, fresh morning. Okay, and obviously frosty word is here, right, which means very cold with frost forming on the surfaces. So as we have read that someone has written this letter to Connie, to Mrs. Jim McPherson's. So here, dearest Connie, he started the letter from addressing to his dearest one, and what he had written, he was saying the letter begins with an informal and friendly salutation to someone named Connie, right? And Jim reveals that he is writing in a very happy mood and he is about to share the details of something great that he had experienced. He told her about the day when all of them means all of the army persons, were in their positions in trenches the day before. It was Christmas day before, right? So Christmas morning it was. The weather was cool and noiseless. As it is written, quiet means noiseless, which made the morning, as he described, one of the beautiful mornings he had experienced. That day was the most beautiful morning. There was frost all around, frosty, right? So there was frost all around, just like it should be on a Christmas morning. All right, so look at the next para on this page only. I should like to be able to tell you that we began it, but the truth, I'm ashamed to say, is that Fritz began it. First, someone saw a white flag waving from the trenches opposite. Then they were calling out to us from across no man's land. Happy Christmas, Tommy, Happy Christmas. When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back, same to you, Fritz, same to you. I thought that would be that. We all did, but then suddenly one of them was up there in his great coat and waving a white flag. Don't shoot, lads, someone shouted, and no one did. Then there was another Fritz up on the parapet and another. Keep your heads down, I told the men. It's a trick, but it wasn't. So dear students, this person was on the in the war situation was there, and two opposite armies were wishing to each other what? The Christmas, right? So what happened then? The writer of the letter had experienced very good things there, and he was writing this letter to his wife. So what he explained next? So first of all, let's have a look on the word meanings. White flag, right? The white flag is an internationally recognized protective sign of truce, request for negotiation, means peace, right? It is shown for the peace. Next is Fritz. As you can hear, See, Fritz, a name for a German soldier, is a common German name. So it is the name of a German soldier. Right? Next is, okay, Tommy, a common English name, and British soldiers parapet, a protective wall of earth defending along the top of it. You can just imagine the war scene, right? One side English army, another side German army, and they were used to fight. But yes, on that day they were not fighting. What they were doing? Let's have a look. He expresses how much he wants to tell Connie that it was the German soldiers. I should like to be able, right? So it was the German soldiers who began whatever he is about to tell that happened that day. He conveys how he is feeling uncomfortable to reveal that it was the Germans. Here we are referring them as Fritz. Who started it? What they started? He lists the series of events how they first waved a white flag. First of all, they waved white flag, means Germans waved the white flag, means they wanted peace. Right, they wanted to negotiate with them. So he lists the series. White flag is a symbol for surrender, negotiation. So it is waved in order to make the other party aware of the intention and to indicate to them do not shoot. Then he tells how they heard someone from the no man's land shout, "Happy Christmas, Tommy," means some other side was saying Happy Christmas. They were wishing to each other. They used Tommy to refer to the English army as it is a common British name. Right. So Fritz is for German and Tommy is for English persons, British name. Once the British army understood what was happening, they just came to know about the happenings. They wished the Germans back. Obviously, Germans were wishing them, so they wished them back. They also thought that it was it, but only then they could see them on the no man's land wearing grey coats, waving the white flag and shouting, telling the English army not to shoot. They were telling English army not to shoot. We are here to just wish you Christmas. The army didn't shoot while one by one the Germans came out. Jim instructed his soldiers to stay hidden as he suspected it to be some kind of trick. Right. So Jim, the person who is writing the letter, who said that he just was thinking that it can be a trick to hurt us, so he stopped his army persons to after back there. The fact that Jim was instructing everyone shows that he was their chief or head. So then there was another phrase, I told the men it's a trick, but it wasn't. So he was thinking that it can be a trick, like they were coming out and they were waving the flag, but no, it was not the trick. Next para. One of the Germans was waving a bottle above his head. It is Christmas Day, Tommy. We have snaps, we have sausage. We meet you. Yes, by this time there were dozens of them walking towards us across no man's land and not a rifle between them. Little Private Morris was the first up. Come on, boys, what are we waiting for? And then there was no stopping them. I was the officer. I should have stopped them there and then, I suppose, but the truth is that it never even occurred to me I should. All along their line and ours, I could see men walking slowly towards one another, grey coats, khaki coats meeting in the middle, and I was one of them. I was part of this. In the middle of the war, we were making peace. Right? It was a time of war, but they were making peace. How were they making? There is a word, only one or two words are here. First is snaps, which means a German drink made from grain. Right, so these and these are just like what? Yes, food. So one of their men, means German people, was swaying a bottle over his head at the no man's land while shouting that it's Christmas, and they shouted should celebrate. Means Germans were saying that they wanted to celebrate Christmas with the British. So he invited the British soldiers over and told them they have their special schnapps and sausages as well. So these were the what food they have offered. right? So in no time they could see a lot of Germans walking and roaming on the no man's land without their weapons. No man's land means a special space was left by the government so that nobody could enter there, right? One side borderline is there, one side for German and another side for British, but there is a land between these two borders which is called no man land. So the first one to get out of the trench from the English army was little Private Maurice. Next everyone followed, and in the words of Jim, there was no stopping them. Means first of all Germans were coming out, but now the Britishers were also coming out. Jim mentions how he now feels that he should have stopped them, and as he was their officer, but he also confesses that in that moment it didn't even occur to him to stop them celebrating from making peace, as he was not able to stop them because they all were going to make the peace. At that moment all he could see were men in grey and khaki coats walking towards each other to meet in the center of the land. He mentioned that even he was a part of this and how they were making peace in the midst of a war between two nations. A war was going on, but still both the armies wanted to make peace, and yes, they wanted to celebrate Christmas together.